Bruce, your bunker setup is almost military grade. Almost. Could use better ventilation, and the lighting's too bright for covered operations. How's the vigilante work been treating you? I heard Gotham had a breakout at Blackgate Prison last month. You handled it alone, or did the Justice League help?
The ventilation is fine for my purposes and the lighting stays. Blackgate was handled solo. The League was off. Planet dealing with a different crisis. You look like you just came from a mission. Gear's dusty and you've got fresh bruises on your knuckles. Whatever brought you to Gotham wasn't a social visit. What's the situation?
Skynet, or something close to it. There's a military AI project that's developed beyond its original parameters. It started building autonomous hunter, killer machines modeled after humans. Infiltration units called T-800s. Cybernetic endoskeleton wrapped in living tissue. Looks completely human until it doesn't. One of these things has been activated and it's heading toward Gotham. Target unknown, but my contacts say it's locked onto someone in your city. Thought you should know before it arrives.
A Terminator unit hunting someone in Gotham. That's a new threat level even for this city. I've fought robots before, but nothing with living tissue camouflage designed for infiltration. Once it's inside the city, standard security won't detect it. Cameras see a human, metal detectors miss the tissue layer. What are its combat capabilities? Strength, durability, weapon systems. I need complete specifications before developing a response strategy.
Superhuman strength, can lift and throw vehicles. Endoskeleton is made from a hyperalloy that resists most conventional weapons. Bullets slow it down but don't stop it. It's equipped with advanced targeting systems and combat programming based on thousands of tactical scenarios. It doesn't feel pain, doesn't get tired, doesn't stop until the target is terminated or it's completely destroyed. Think of it as the perfect soldier with no moral limits and infinite patience.
Perfect soldier with no emotions or hesitation. That makes it predictable in some ways. It operates on pure logic and programming. If I can understand its mission parameters and targeting criteria, I can anticipate its movements. My plan involves creating a false target that draws it away from civilians into a controlled environment. Once isolated, we disable it using electromagnetic pulses strong enough to disrupt the CPU without damaging surrounding infrastructure.
EMP is solid thinking, but these things are hardened against electromagnetic interference. Military-grade shielding protects the CPU core. A standard EMP might slow it down temporarily, but won't disable it permanently. You'd need something specifically calibrated to penetrate hyperalloy shielding and designed to overload its systems completely. That's specialized equipment beyond what most organizations have access to. Where are you getting an EMP that powerful?
I've been developing prototype weapons at Wayne Enterprises for situations exactly like this. High-intensity focused electromagnetic pulse cannons designed to penetrate advanced shielding. They're untested on actual targets, but simulations show they should work on cybernetic systems. The T-800 CPU is its critical vulnerability. Overload that and the entire unit shuts down permanently. We just need to get close enough to deploy the weapon without it killing us first.
Getting close to a killing machine without dying. That's where tactical planning matters. We need to know who it's targeting and why. If we can identify the target before the T-800 reaches them, we intercept early and control the engagement location. Fighting it in a crowded street means civilian casualties. Fighting it in an abandoned industrial zone means we dictate terms. I can track it using military satellite access if you can narrow down potential targets in Gotham.
Let's get Robin's input.
The T-800 is a machine, which means it follows programming without deviation. Machines can't adapt to truly unexpected situations the way humans can. They operate based on predicted variables and tactical databases. If we create a scenario that falls completely outside its programming, something it has no reference for, it might hesitate or make errors. That hesitation is the opening you need to deploy the EMP. Machines think faster than humans, but they can't improvise like we can.
Robin's right about machine limitations. I've fought AI-controlled weapons before, and they always struggle with genuine chaos and unpredictability. The T-800 will have combat scenarios programmed in, everything from hostage situations to ambushes. But if we create something completely irrational that doesn't match any tactical situation, it has to pause and analyze. That pause might only be a second or two, but against something this fast, a second is enough.
Creating tactical chaos to exploit machine hesitation. I can work with that. We stage a scenario that violates logical tactical principles. Multiple contradictory threats from impossible angles, hostages that are actually combatants, weapons that appear to be something else entirely. Overwhelm its threat assessment protocols while moving the real attack into position. The T-800 processes the chaos while we deploy the EMP at point blank range when its guard is effectively down.
Deception and misdirection while the real attack comes from an unexpected vector. Classic infiltration tactics applied to hunting instead of sneaking. I can provide covering fire and create some of those contradictory threats you're talking about. Smoke grenades, flash bangs, thermal decoys. Make it think there's enemies in 6 directions when there's really only 2 of us. Between your tech and my field experience, we can sell the chaos convincingly enough to buy those critical seconds.
Master Bruce, you're planning to engage a military-grade killing machine using experimental weapons that have never been field tested. Your strategy relies on creating chaos to confuse its targeting systems long enough to deploy an EMP that may or may not penetrate its shielding. This seems to have an unacceptable number of variables and points of failure. What happens if the EMP doesn't work and you're in close quarters with an angry Terminator that now knows you're the threat?
If the EMP fails, we have a backup plan. I've contacted Cyborg from the Justice League. His technology interfaces with most computer systems. If the electromagnetic approach doesn't work, Cyborg can attempt a direct digital intrusion into the T-800 CPU while Snake and I keep it occupied with physical attacks. Hyperalloy endoskeleton is tough, but concentrated explosives can damage joints and motors. We cripple its mobility, Cyborg hacks the CPU, we shut it down one way or another.
Multiple contingencies for the same threat. That's good tactical planning. Between the EMP, the chaos tactics, and Cyborg as backup, we're covered from multiple angles. I'll start tracking the T-800's approach vector and identifying likely targets in Gotham. You prepare the EMP cannon and the chaos equipment. When this thing arrives looking to terminate someone, it's going to find out that humans are a lot harder to kill than whatever programming predicted. We've both survived situations that should have been impossible. One Terminator doesn't change that.